Can I use estate funds to fix up a probate home before selling it? What a great question. We're going to get into that next. Welcome back to the channel featuring California's leading probate real estate team. I'm Brendan Moore, realtor and certified probate and trust specialist by the California Association of Realtors.
And I'm Bill Heyman. I'm a licensed California professional fiduciary as well as a registered and bonded legal document assistant specializing in probate work in California.
Now please like this video, subscribe right now. What a no-cost probate service. Well, every day we help people save thousands of dollars and eliminate headaches with our one-of-a-kind probate administration service and real estate listing combo. If it's in California and real estate needs to be sold, you may qualify. So please reach out, even if you've started your probate with somebody else or on your own. Our info is on the channel in our About section. We love your calls, texts, emails, and comments. Now let's get into it. So you have a house in probate and you're thinking, I want to get more value out of it. I want to sell it for more. Can I fix it up using estate funds? Bill, you're the probate pro. You know more about probate than anyone I've ever met in my life. So what do you have to say about this one?
Well, again, the short answer to that is yes, you can. But there's some things that you should do before you go ahead with that. Namely, you want to communicate to all the heirs that this is what you'd like to do, that it probably will bring more value to the estate and bring back more money for everybody. Just make sure that you're in agreement. All the heirs are in agreement that, yeah, this is a good thing to do. We're all in agreement, go ahead. There is one other thing that I would suggest you do. I would suggest you do a notice of proposed action on it. A lot of people think a notice of proposed action is strictly just for when you go to sell the probate home. But you can use a notice of proposed action for anything that you are going to do in the probate that you kind of want to make sure that nobody's going to object to. So you could send out a notice of proposed action stating that, hey, the administrator or executor of the estate is going to spend $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 of estate funds to fix up the probate home to bring in more money upon the sale. And send them out just like you would any other notice of proposed action. 15 days goes by, they don't object. You've kind of CYA'd yourself.
Very good. Now, what other precautions should they take in this case?
Well, one thing is you better keep super accurate records and receipts. Very important, because you're going to have to show the court those when the final accounting time comes around. And if you don't have receipts and records that add up, the court's not going to be real happy.
Now, what happens if you use personal funds?
That's another good plan. And we've had several probate cases that's happened. I would do the same thing. I would check with all the heirs first. I would even recommend doing a notice of proposed action. But then you have to be extra careful and make sure that you have every single receipt and it adds up exactly to the amount that you're going to ask to be reimbursed with, because the court will require a copy of every single receipt when the final petition or account is done. And just a little side note, we had a probate, or I had one that I was involved with down in the Fresno area, and the family fixed up the home, one of the heirs, and used personal funds. And we had to attach about 200 receipts, copies to the final paperwork in order to get it through the court and make sure that that particular heir got reimbursed. Make sure you get good receipts, good records, very important.
Perhaps another thing they should do if they are thinking about using either estate funds or personal funds, but especially estate funds, I think, to fix up a house that they're going to sell in probate, is make sure you're really doing the right things.
Yes, good point. And that's where someone like Brendan, who is a superb probate real estate realtor, you want to make sure that you consult with your realtor, just what you said. Make sure you're doing something that is going to add value.
Yeah, because sometimes people do things that really don't add a whole lot of value, or maybe they even miss something that would add a lot of value. It could be something that is relatively inexpensive, something you actually didn't think of. I have this conversation with people all the time, whether it's in probate or not. You know, what certain things add value, and it's surprising how many people they think they know, and then they're surprised at what I tell them. So anything else you'd like to add to this?
Just, I think I've stressed the most important points about when you're going to use either estate funds or personal funds. Just record keeping, super important. Yeah.
Be very diligent. Keep the hard copies, maybe scan them too.
Yep.
That might be, that's highly recommended, I would say. Well, one thing that I mentioned there, you really want to consult with a realtor to find out how to fix that up to get the best value. We have a great video called How to Hire a Probate Realtor. Everybody knows a realtor, but almost nobody knows a realtor who knows probate. It's very important you hire a realtor who actually knows the probate process front to back. And the best way to know is to ask them certain questions, because if they know probate, they're going to know how to answer these questions. And if they don't, they won't be able to. You will know. If you watch this next video, it's called How to Hire a Probate Realtor. It's going to appear right here, right over my face. A little picture of Bill will be pointing at it.